The distress signal. The message went out at dawn cycle. An automated distress beacon, weak but clear. This is Outpost 9 on the fringe of the Viral Expanse. We are under attack. Any Allied vessels, please respond. No one expected an answer. The Viral Expanse was a dead zone, a graveyard of ships. Still, the Council Command relayed the signal to nearby fleets. None replied. None, except one. The arrival. 27 minutes later, long-range scanners lit up with hundreds of signatures. Not Council ships. Not mercenary craft. Human vessels. The Deathworlders. The few still alive who remembered the Terran War throes. Their ships weren't supposed to come this far anymore. Humanity had withdrawn, gone quiet, disappeared into their own system after centuries of blood. Now they were back, and they had brought an armada. The command room. I was there when the Council fleet link erupted with static, and then a voice, low, calm, human. Distress signal received. This is a Terran Alliance fleet, responding. The controller stammered. We didn't request. We know. We heard. The feed cut to visuals. Massive ships, dark and scarred, weapons cold but ready. The lead vessel bore a name etched across its hull, TNS Resolution. No one spoke. No one had the courage. Because every civilization in the galaxy knew what it meant when Deathworlders moved in force. Someone had pushed them too far. The battle begins. By the time the humans arrived, the attackers, the Kravik's Dominion, had already begun harvesting survivors. The humans didn't issue warnings, didn't negotiate. They just ascended. Their armada split into 3 wings, coordinated, precise, almost surgical. The Kravik's fleet sensors overloaded under the sheer density of Terran weapon systems, rail cannons, plasma lances, swarm drones, gravity torpedoes. In less than 11 minutes, the Dominion flagship ceased to exist. Not destroyed. Erased. The ground below. Surface cams caught what happened next. Human drop pods, black, silent, fell from orbit like comets. When the dust cleared, armored figures emerged, Terran Deathworld Marines, the kind spoken of only in old war records. Their movements were efficient, methodical, unrelenting. They didn't kill everyone. They rescued the hostages first. They patched wounds, shared water, repaired what little remained of the outpost's life support grid. Then, and only then, did they hunt the last of the Kravik's raiders through the ruins. Quiet, emotionless, unstoppable. The witness. I was a junior liaison assigned to monitor the rescue ops. When I approached one of the humans, a captain, I asked a question every species feared to ask aloud. Why did you come? No treaty binds you. No reward was offered. He looked at me through his helmet visor. His voice, when he finally spoke, was steady, because someone asked for help. That was it. No speech. No grand justification. Just a fact, as if that were reason enough for an entire armada to cross light years. The aftermath. The Kravik's fleet was gone. The outpost survived. But the galaxy didn't sleep that night. Because for the first time in centuries, humanity's war engines had stirred, not in anger, but in answer. Every government scrambled to issue statements, denials, investigations. The Council declared it an independent humanitarian intervention. But we all knew the truth. The Deathworlders had heard someone cry out and answered. The fear that followed. Weeks later, the Kravik's Dominion surrendered unconditionally to the Council. Their leaders cited one reason. We cannot fight creatures who see mercy and vengeance as the same act. Rumors spread of human ships seen patrolling old trade routes again. Everywhere their black banners appeared, violence ceased. Even pirates refused to target human convoys. Because every soldier, smuggler, and warlord in the galaxy now knew the same thing. If you attacked the weak, you weren't just facing justice. You were inviting the Deathworlders. The council's debate. When the Senate convened to discuss the Terran intervention, chaos erupted. They overstepped their authority. They saved lives. They violated no laws, only our comfort. Finally, an elder diplomat silenced the chamber. "You don't understand," he said quietly. "Humans don't follow our laws. They follow their own." He paused. "And that law is simple. If someone calls for help, they answer." The message left behind. After the fleet departed, we found a single transmission on the outpost comm logs. A text file, unsigned. It read, "We remember what it's like to call for help, and here's silence. We won't let that happen again." No signature, no emblem, just a symbol, a single ancient flag, Earth's blue circle. The legend. Now, when distress calls echo through the void, we listen differently, because we know who might be listening too. They call themselves explorers, settlers, diplomats, but to the rest of the galaxy, they'll always be something else. Not monsters, not saviors, just deathworlders, the ones who show up when no one else will.